Welcome back to our stage 2 of our 2006 GT project car known as Project Grabber Boost. I'm back in the car for the first time since our run the track. I gotta be honest with you, time has not been kind to our car. If we want the car to be consistent and an all-around performer, go to the track and compete with the 14 GT, well, we've got to do something about that. Before we tell you how we're going to address that issue, I want to go ahead and get everybody up to speed and give you a recap of what we've done so far. In stage 1, we outfitted our 06 GT with a ton of cool styling parts from MMD and updated our lighting with help from Raxium. The biggest impact on styling came courtesy of the 19-inch silver AMR wheels wrapped in Mickey Thompson Street Comp tires. Performance-wise, we helped our 3-valve breathe a little easier with the use of SR Performance's colder intake and 62mm throttle body, along with Magnapo's Axleback exhaust. And of course, we wrapped everything up with a custom tune from the guys over at Barron Performance. On the dyno, we had 292 horsepower and 307 foot-pounds of torque, and the track, we knocked our baseline of 14.0 down a half second to 13.5. So our 06 GT has been a long-time member of the AM fleet. It's been a workhorse for us. It might look great as it does, but the ride quality shows it's got a 6-7-year-old suspension in it that's been used. So the goal for my team and I, we're going to do a complete suspension overhaul using some popular parts from the site and input from the team. So we're going to get back to AM and get to work. SR is playing a huge role in our overhaul, giving us 4 different items, each one as important as the next. We've decided to go ahead and start with SR's adjustable upper and lower control arms. I think we all agree these are the right part to start with to kind of get rid of some of this sloppiness when we're kicking around in the back roads.
I totally agree, Dave. I mean, these control arms are really to help control the rear axle. These are going to help out with the street and strip, getting better launches and better traction.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly what Andy said. Going along with that, these control arms are really going to help us get out of the hole in the track, and we're also going to notice a big difference on the street coming out of the corners. It's going to be a lot smoother, and we're going to stick to the road a little bit better. One of the main keys to the control arm is actually this Whiteline relocation bracket right here. It gives us the correct angle on our control arm so that we can really control the axle.
I got a feeling too with this whole package put together, it's probably just going to feel tighter back here.
Oh, definitely. Much better than the stock setup that we had before. Every time we hit a bump in the road, we're not going to feel the same sloppiness. We're not going to have the same messiness in the rear end. It's going to be much more solid.
Now, we just wrapped up one of the last parts from SR we're putting on is the adjustable panhard bar. Now this guy, it might be a little tough to see tucked up here, but it works in conjunction with the rear control arm. And it's funny, a lot of people don't know how or even why you replace it, but it's a vital part.
Exactly. Basically, our control arm setup takes care of our up and down and rotational movement of the axle. The panhard bar here is going to take care of our side-to-side movement. So when you're launching at the track or even on the street, what you really want is to stabilize your rear so it's here. You don't want it to move. You don't want side to side, you don't want up and down. You want to hook up. So you want it here and you want to go.
The final piece of the puzzle to tie everything together is our SR Performance front and rear sway bars. And we just got these bolted on and I'm really excited about this. It is going to make a huge difference in the handling in this car when we eventually get back out to those windy back roads.
Body roll. No more.
Exactly. Since this car has been part of the AM fleet for a while, it picked up a set of Eibach's lowering springs somewhere along the line. We figured why mess with a good thing, so we stuck with Eibach and put on a set of their Pro Dampener shocks and struts. Since we had the wheels off for the suspension anyway, we figured now is a good time to give Project Grabber Boost a little bit of extra stopping power because in the later stages, it's going to need it.
If you have deep pockets, a big fancy name brake kit is really appealing, but if you don't, you can get the same performance by building your own kit, and that's exactly what we did here on the project car.
Now, definitely, Mike and I are working right now on the 06 on putting the slotted DBA rotors on and the Hawk ceramic pads.
Definitely, the slotted rotors and the Hawk ceramic pads are really going to help us give us the bite we need. The ceramic pads are going to bite in but not create too much brake dust, help keep the wheels a little cleaner.
That's nice.
And the slotted rotors are going to help with cooling so we won't get so much brake fade. While we're in there, also threw on a set of J&M steel braided lines, which was one of your choices.
We're just about done the brakes, and then we're going to go ahead and throw a Whiteline strut tower brace on up front just to finish firming things up. Then I'm going to take it back out on the back roads and see how it performs compared to the beginning of the stage. We're out on some back roads here and just getting a feel for the car with a little bit of spirited drive and not anything crazy. It's tight and it feels like it's gripping the road much better. I've got consistent pedal feel in my brakes. I've got some really nice control of the body roll, almost no body roll, having a lot to do with the new sway bars we put on. The ride quality is phenomenal. We'll start there. The car was already lowered, so we had to work with that. But lowering a car and putting on some good shocks and struts can change the ride and make it stock-like or better, and that's exactly what I'm feeling here. The ride quality is phenomenal, but it's super tight and super easy in the turn. These new sway bars, you can see here, as I take this hard left-hand turn, there's virtually no body roll. It's fantastic. Well, that wraps up stage 2 of Project Grabber Boost. But stick with us, as we're gonna ramp this up big time in the next couple of stages and get this car ready for its showdown with the 14 GT. I'm gonna head back to AM and we're gonna get this thing started. Stick with us for stage 3 of Project Grabber Boost.